Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about lithosphere 2 exogenetic processes. In this lesson, we will see the various external processes of the earth to study the different types of weathering and the resultant features, to learn how the weathered material are transported by movement, to study about the erosional and depositional landform features associated with rivers, underground water, glacier, wind and waves. Let us see the introduction. The earth is a dynamic system that undergoes various changes due to internal and external process. The continuous interaction of these two processes controls the structure of the earth's surface. External and internal process are due to solar energy and gravitational forces and earth's internal heat respectively. Let us see the endogenetic processes is divided into two categories: weathering and mass movement. Number 2, gradation. Weathering and mass movement is divided into physical, chemical and biological weathering. Gradation is divided into degradation and aggradation. Weathering is the breaking, disintegration and decomposition of materials of the earth's crust by their exposure to atmosphere. Let us see the types of weathering. Number 1, physical weathering. Number 2, chemical weathering. Number 3, biological weathering. Physical weathering, it is the breakdown of rocks without changing their chemical composition through the action of physical forces. The constant freezing and thawing of rocks during the night and day leads to the expansion and contraction of rocks. Cracks are formed and disintegration occurs eventually. Example: exfoliation, block disintegration, granule disintegration, etc. Number 1, exfoliation. The alternate heating and cooling on rounded rock surfaces leads to peeling of rocks like an onion. So exfoliation looks like an onion. This is called exfoliation. Steating and scattering are the other forms of exfoliation. Granule disintegration. Granule disintegration takes place in crystalline rocks where the grains of the rocks become lost and fall out. This is due to the action of temperature and frost. Next one, block disintegration. Repeated expansion and contraction of rocks during the day and night respectively causes stress on the joints of the rocks, which results in block disintegration. Number 2, chemical weathering. Disintegration and decomposition of rocks due to the chemical reaction is called chemical weathering. So let us see the chemical weathering, how it takes place through the process of oxidation, carbonation, solution and hydration. First of all, we have to see the agents of chemical weatherings. The agents of chemical weatherings are oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and water. Oxidation. Oxygen in the atmosphere reacts with the iron found in rocks, thus leads to the formation of iron oxide. Carbonation. Carbonation is the mixing of water with atmospheric carbon dioxide forming carbonic acid. Number 3, solution. The process of dissolution of rock substance in water result in the loosening of the rock particles. This in turn breaks down the rocks. Hydration. Absorption of water into mineral structure. Certain chemicals in the rock enlarge in size in humid conditions. Third one, biological weathering. Biological weathering occurs due to the penetration and expansion of plant roots, earthworms, burrowing animals, for example, rabbits, rats, and some human activities. Gradation. Gradation or otherwise called as denudation. So, gradation is the process of leveling of land by means of natural agents like rivers, groundwater, wind, glacier and sea waves. Gradation takes place in two ways, degradation and aggradation. Degradation means the degradation is eroding of land surface. Aggradation is building up of landforms due to natural agents. So the gradation equal to erosion plus transportation plus deposition. Next we move on to agents of gradation. In the agents of gradation, the first one is running water or otherwise call it as river. This running water is come under the category of fluvial landforms. The work of running water, rivers, is the most extensive among all other the agents of gradation. What are the agents of gradation? The agents of gradations are rivers, groundwater, winds, glaciers and sea waves. In these agents of gradation, the most extensive come under the category of rivers. Rivers originate on higher landforms like mountains, hills and plateaus that receives water from various sources like the rain, glaciers, springs, lakes, etc. The place where the river originates is called its source, and where it joins the river is known as its mouth. Once again I repeat, the place where the river originates is called its source, and where it joins the sea is known as its mouth. Let us see the causes of river. Rivers generally originate from the mountains and end in the sea or lake. The courses of river is divided into three categories. Number 1, the upper course. Number 2, middle course. Number 3, the lower course. The upper course, the erosion is the most dominant action of river in the upper course. In this course, a river usually tumbles down the steep mountain slopes. So the land features curved by a river in its upper course are V-shaped valleys, gorges, canyons, rapids, potholes, spurs and waterfalls. Number 2, the middle course. The river enters the plain. In its middle course, the volume of water increases with the confluence of many tributaries and thus increase the load of the river. Thus, the predominant action of the river is called it as transportation. So, the river in the middle course develops some typical landforms like alluvial fans, floodplains, meanders, oxbow lakes, etc. Number 3, the lower course. The river moving downstream across a broad level plain is loaded with debris brought down from its upper and middle courses. The main work of the river here is deposition, and it develops typical landforms like delta and estuaries. The erosional landforms of river. The first one is gorges and canyons. When the river flows through a mountainous region made up of hard rocks, it forms a valley with almost vertical side called gorge. So, the gorge are otherwise call it as waterfalls. Okay, in India, deep gorges have been formed by Brahmaputra and Indus in the Himalayas. Then, what is the meaning of canyons? A deep gorge with steep sides that runs for hundreds of kilometers is referred to as canyon. For example, Grand Canyon of the River Colorado in the USA, United States of America. Number 2, waterfall. The river falls vertically from a steep slope. So the gorge is nothing but waterfalls. The gorge is slightly differ with waterfalls. So the river falls vertically from a steep slopes to form a waterfall. When the water falls with a great force, it erodes the rock materials beneath and create a depression called a plunge pool. Shallow, fast-flowing water in a stream is called a rabbit or river jumps. So the highest waterfalls in the world is Angel Falls in Peninsula. Next, V-shaped valley. A V-shaped valley is formed by the vertical erosion of the river where the valley is deepened and widened. Next, pothole. Due to the river action, cylindrical holes are drilled vertically in the river bed with varying depth and diameter. These are called as potholes. If you go for the place Tottipalam, we have to see so many potholes in that particular areas. The Tottipalam is located in Kanyakumari. The next, meander. As the river loaded with debris flows slowly, it forms sweeping loops and bends. It refers to as meanders. The next one, Oxbow Lake. Meanders, in due to course of time, become almost a complete circle with a narrow neck. This in turn gets abandoned and forms a lake. This is called as Oxbow Lakes. Looks like a oxbow. The next one, depositional landforms of river. First one, alluvial fan. A fan-shaped deposition made by the river at the foothills is called as alluvial plain. Flood plain. Fine sediments are deposited on river banks when a river floods. These sediments make the region rich and fertile. This is called as floodplain. Next, estuary. Estuary is formed where the rivers meet the sea. For example, river Narmada and Dabdi. Delta. A triangular shaped low-lying area formed by the river. At its mouth is called delta. So for example, Kaveri Delta, when we are in Erode district, so easily we have to see the river Kaveri. In this particular river Kaveri, we have to see the Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. The next, as an agent of gradation, underground water creates distinct landforms in limestone region. So that particular distinct landforms in limestone region is called as karst topography. So what is the meaning of karst topography? Groundwater is an active agent in limestone region. The limestone are otherwise called as gypsum. So the groundwater is an active agent in limestone region. Karst topography is formed due to the dissolution of soluble rocks such as limestone, dolomite and gypsum. So the karst regions are also found in southern France, Spain, Mexico, Jamaica, western Cuba, central New Guinea, Sri Lanka and Myanmar. Next we move on to erosional landforms of underground water. Most of erosion takes place due to the process of solution. As a result, landforms such as terra rossa, lapis, sinkholes, swallowholes, dolines, uolas, polges, caves and caverns are formed. The first one, terra rossa, Italian term for red soil. So it looks like a red color. So we call it as terra rossa. Deposition of red clay soil on the surface of the earth is due to the dissolution of limestone content in rocks. The redness of the soil is due to the presence of iron oxide. When we see the red soil in one particular place, definitely the red soil consists of or presence of iron oxide. So same way in terra rossa. So the next, lapis. When the joints of limestone rocks are congregated by groundwater, long furrows are formed and these are called as lapis. Sinkhole, a funnel shaped depression formed due to dissolution of limestone rock is called sinkholes. So if you see the sinkholes, average depth ranges between 3 and 9 meters. The next one, caverns and caves. Caves and caverns are subterranean features of karst topography. Caverns are the caves with regular flows. Kuptadam caves in West Bihar. Swallow holes, wallas, dolines, pogies are the erosional features of karst regions predominant in other parts of the world. Depositional landforms of underground water. It is interesting to know that the variety of depositional features are formed on the floor, ceiling and walling of the caves and caverns of karst topography. When we are seeing under the surface of the earth or beneath the surface of the earth, we have to see more floor or ceiling and walls of the caves and caverns. Stalactite, stalagmite and column. When the water containing dissolved calcite gradually drips from the ceiling of the caves, water evaporates and the remaining calcite hangs from the ceiling, thus stalactites are formed. When the calcite deposit rises upward like a pillar, stalagmites are formed. Sometimes stalactites and stalagmites meet together. That particular place we call it as columns or pillars. Once again, I repeat, when the calcite deposit rises upward means stalagmites, downward means stalactites. But the stalactites and stalagmites to meet together to form a columns or pillars. Thank you.